Is there
And
something that you do, like, as far as, like, a payback period, like, how fast you can pay something back? Or when you're, like, you're going through potentially a big capital expense right now, what do you do to try to figure out, is this worth it or not? What's your mental calculation on that?
well, you're trying to get your return on investment is really what you're
Mhm,
trying to do. So it's basically you do projections is what
mhm,
I do. You project on how much more income, whatever, like we did it for laser tag as well. Like how much more income we think we're going to produce. And
mhm.
then over time, how will that income pay off how much you had to invest into it? Laser tag was a little longer than what I expected, but again, that's because I didn't market it well in the very beginning.
Right.
So I was hoping to get like a 3.5 return, and it was more like 5.
Okay. So 3.5 is usually what you're shooting for?
Yes. It all depends on how big it is. Something as big as laser tag that we did in 2016. Yeah,
Mhm,
I really wanted that quicker, but it took it a while to get out there, and it
mm,
took us time to learn it as well.
yeah.
Everybody in our center never dealt with laser tag before, and there really wasn't anybody real close to us that had it. So it was at least a
Novel.
25-minute drive to the next laser
Mm,
tag place.
yeah.
So, but I
So then
did
you're
have
used to
friends.
it.
Yeah, I had friends in the BPAA that I talked to that kind of helped. One of them even had a seminar at his place about it too, and
Mm,
same problem I did. He's like, I'm going to admit we did not market this well in the beginning, and
right.
that was one of the lessons I learned. So the birthday parties grew from last year to this year so far for laser tag. I think it's 22% at this point, just because of
Oh,
marketing.
wow. Yeah, just putting the idea out there for people.
Yes.
For the bigger ones, it might be 3.5 to 5. For the smaller ones, maybe 3 to 3.5. And this is years payback, just to be
Yes.
clear. Okay,
Yes. I'm sorry.
so three
Yes.
years
Like,
payback.
right. Like the one we're looking at now for just the software upgrade and the kiosk and everything, that's most likely going to be less than 2 years
Okay.
because that's not a really big expense. It's a
Hmm.
big
Yeah.
expense, but it's not as big as some of the other ones. So you're looking at probably, within 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So yeah, so that's always the thing, is like, sure, you get the payback, but how long you have to wait for it. I like that rule of thumb, is the smaller ones, maybe, 2 to medium ones, 3.5 to 5, maybe the really big ones, 5 or 6 or something like that. I guess just depends on the size.
Right. Well, like when in 2016, after we did the laser tag, we put in a brand new arcade, which was our machines as opposed to we didn't before. They were just kind of left over from the old owner.
Mm,
So we went and we purchased our own through Betson, and it's kind of nice because now they're paid off, and now I just swap out two. I'm swapping out two next month, maybe three. No, I'm swapping out three next month and getting new ones in. It's kind of nice that you have that now, that original investment that you definitely got your money back on. And
mhm.
that was another thing we looked at was the arcade, and that was, yeah, that was a biggie. That was more than I expected we were going to get out of that, which was a quicker return on investment. That one was quicker than I thought. So I had laser tag that
Mhm.
took longer, and I had the arcade that took quicker. So, and they both
Yeah, those.
were implemented about the same time, so they were washing each
Mhm.
other out.
Those, yeah, that arcade is such a nice profit center.
It
You
is, but
know.
I don't have the space. And I mean, we're thinking about that, and that's in the future. And you let me know when you want me to go to the future, and I'll tell you. But that's something else that we think about because we only have room for like 12 games. I don't have room for.
Mhm.
I tried to think about a redemption, but I just, even with putting a redemption locker in, I still don't have the space. I mean, even with a couple games, I have to do the best with the space that I have.
Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.